Hey everybody, we're going to take a look at how to take this and turn it into this.
No hell below us.
Now, if you haven't seen the video yet, be sure to click the link in the description and go check it out. This video is sponsored by NordVPN, so I can make it look like I'm somewhere else. Gal Gadot, please don't find me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but anyways. I could have just done nothing but just play the song and just switch keys with no setup. But I wanted to connect it even more so that each time we hit a key change, it feels more natural and it feels more like, oh, I felt like this was coming. And there's a very simple way to do that. And it's literally just throwing a 5 chord in front of the new key. Now, here's what I mean. We've talked about this whole celebrity singing thing and how funny it was and all that stuff. And that's not really what this video is about. This video is just more using that as a way to say, how do we take something that is this questionable and turn it into something that we might actually be able to listen to. Individually, there were some clips of people who sang quite well.
Imagine all the people.
And there were some clips of people who didn't. But regardless, when we squashed it all together, it made no sense whatsoever. So my job as, in this case, I suppose the accompanist, I had to figure out how to make it sound a little less like mass chaos. In the first 4 clips, we start in the key of C, and we very simply just go up, 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 all the way in whole steps to F sharp. So we start here, then we go to D, then to E, and then to F sharp. For me as the accompanist trying to keep up with the singers and make it sound reasonable, I have to use some device to allow us to move through those keys and have it sound good. All right, so what is this 5 chord deal? Really quick, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm gonna just kind of cover the super basics of what this is. Take any major scale, right? So C major, and just give every single one of those notes a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that is 1 repeated. The chords just follow the numbers. So if I say 5 chord, that just means the chord that's built from the 5th note of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So when we say we're going to use the 5 chord of the new key, here's what we mean. We started in C, and we're going to D. So the 5 of that new key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's A, and we're just going to use an A chord. That motion of moving from the 5 chord to the 1 chord is like the most common sound in Western music. It's a very compelling motion that leads us from that 5 chord to our home base of the 1 chord. Basically, without getting super in-depth and complicated about it, the 5 chord is all you need to set up just about any key change. And it doesn't matter how strange of a movement it is from one key to the next. If you put a 5 chord in front of the new key, it's gonna work better than if you just jump straight there with no setup. So let's just take a couple examples of doing this. So I'm gonna start this song in C, and I'm gonna just throw it into a couple different keys. Let's, as a first one, why don't we do E? So we're gonna go from C, and then we're gonna play the next line in E, which is a major third. That's kind of a strange jump. And I'm not gonna do anything to set it up, and you're gonna be able to see how strange it sounds. It's just odd to jump from one place to the next with no context. So throwing that 5 chord in front of the new key can help establish that context, or at least prepare our ears before we land in that new spot. Check it out. So even though it's still an odd thing to move from C to E, when we throw that 5 chord of E, in which case it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B. So when we put the B chord in front of the E chord, it prepares our ears to be able to make more sense of it once we go into this new unusual key from where we just were.
No need for greed and hunger. Brotherhood of man.
So this single device can clear up so much of the weirdness that comes from jumping around from key to key to key to key, as our video in question did, but just using the 5 chord to prepare our ears for each key change can really, really help make it sound a lot more natural. And that's what the feedback from a lot of you on YouTube and on Instagram was. A lot of people were like, how does this sound like it works? How does this sound a little bit less like I want to punch myself in the face? Really just like, what makes this sound more natural? And the answer is, well, we got to give your ears some context so that when we drop into this new unexpected place, it's not as violent.
But there is no
It isn't hard to do.
It's not as offensive for us to listen to. It's just a little bit more sensible. And we can do that by giving our ear a little bit of context before we get there. So throughout this entire song, we're jumping around from key to key to key to key. And a lot of what I did was literally just put a 5 chord in front of the new key.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
No hell below us.
Now, it didn't always work exactly that way. There were a few times when I had to use some other device, or honestly, there were a few times when I just gave up. And so we wound up with what the final product was. But using that 5 chord in front of the new key, that was single-handedly the biggest device that I utilized in order to make it sound a little smoother and make it sound a little more natural. Now, in the case that any of you would like to look at the music for this, I have no idea why anybody would want to do that, but just to see what chords I actually used, I'm going to put it's not the fully written out music, but I put together a lead sheet with just the chords, so you can kind of see how I approached the chord structure for moving around all these different keys. So I wrote the melody in there, and then I put all the chords that I used along with it. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description. And before we go, I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor for this video, NordVPN. The things that you do online should be your business and your business alone. No one else needs to know what you do, what you look at, or anything else. NordVPN is a service that allows you to protect your identity online by utilizing its network of thousands of servers in over 60 countries worldwide. You never want somebody able to be looking over your shoulder in the digital environment. It can be as simple as logging onto your bank account in a Starbucks and somebody on the same network fishes your information. Your password, your banking information, your credit card information, all of that stuff is potentially at risk. And before, I never really used a VPN because I always thought it was super complicated to set up. But with NordVPN's incredibly easy to use interface, you can protect your identity simply by clicking on their interactive map listing thousands of servers all over the world. When you use NordVPN and you direct your connection through one of these servers in a different country on the world, as far as anyone else is concerned, you are actually in that country. And so you get to see the internet through the eyes of people all over the world. It's really cool. You can get it on computer, Android, iOS, unlimited bandwidth, no data logging. But right now you can get 70% off a 3-year plan plus 1 additional month for free when you go to nordvpn.com/Cornell. There's a link in the description down below. You can also use my code Cornell at checkout. And this offer makes your NordVPN subscription literally $3.49 a month. That's nordvpn.com/Cornell. And thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. You guys, that's going to do it. Again, link in the description down below to get that sheet music for I don't know why, but in case you just want to check it out, it's there. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.